Hello my friends and welcome to part 31 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Let's Play series. So, in today's video I'll go into a few solo mode for shiranuis, but this time I'll use my own deck. So I'll do another 3 and then I can go into a pack opening for those who want to see it. So this is what I'll be starting with. One thing before I begin, I would like to show you my new Paleozoic frog deck. I changed it up a little bit to make it a little bit more aggressive rather than defensive. So now it kind of has like elements for both. It's a 6-card variant, so it's kind of cool. And I'll go over the deck in greater detail later for those who want to see it. But for the others, I'll just play a few solo mode duels with this deck. Okay. Okay, so play. Oh yeah, and I was testing this a little bit in that Seed Festival. I wasn't doing very well with that, but I think like I was just facing a bunch of platinum players. It's probably more because of that than anything. Oh well. I was able to get to my goal, well, the main goal of the 3200, so there's that. Okay, Ash Blossom. Okay, so I'll go ahead and activate Grass Looks Greener. Oh yeah, Grass Looks Greener is such a great card because it lets you mill a bunch. It's based on like the difference between your deck and your opponent's, which is why I'm running its 60 cards. Let's see, what can I activate? Oh, I got the Ronin. That's nice. See, I get the Ronin right away. That's really nice. Now go ahead and do the Ronin. Special summon. Banish or swap. Special summon the Ronin. And then I can go into Call an Enemy. Gotta make sure I special summon the right one. So I'll special summon a Ronin and then I can banish a dupe for the other Ronin. That's okay. So I'll do the Ronin, because otherwise if I did the dupe frog I wouldn't have a target for the other Ronin. So yeah, but by doing this, now I have a target for the other Ronin and I can get that one out too. So special summon the other Ronin. And then I'll go ahead and, of course it doesn't always go this well, but I'm glad it's working out this time pretty well. Oh yeah, and now I have I'm not playing Waken the Dragons anymore, so I don't have like the targets in my deck. But I am running a few traps that aren't bad in the graveyard. This one allows me to basically like turn one of my monsters into a magnet by banishing it from the graveyard, and also it allows me to like double face up monster on the field of defense, but it becomes 0 at the end of its turn. So I could either target one of my opponent's defense position monster if they're basically putting out a wall that has like a lot of defense. Maybe like they summon a Zeus in defense, I could target that. I don't know, that may not be a good example because Zeus is pretty strong with its ability to, but like if they summon out a wall. But also I can target my dupe frog, it becomes 4,000 defense. And then they're probably not going to be able to get over that, and like dupe frog already acts as a wall anyway since it already is a magnet. So yeah, that's pretty great. Okay, so I'll go to battle. Oh yeah, and I also have the Lost Wind, which allows me to special summon it while my when my opponent special summons a X deck monster. And it's good that I have like more graveyard centric traps because since I'm playing the grass looks greener route. And of course I'm playing Zeus, but I never want to summon Zeus on top of Toli because I think Toli is just a little bit better with its negation ability, and you kind of have sacrificed the rest of your field to pull off a Zeus, which is kind of bad. But sometimes it can be really good. Like if they don't really, if like wiping the board means they can't really play, then yeah, it's good in that instance. It might be worth putting it over Totally Awesome then even. Like I remember one time in Exceed Festival I kinda did that sort of thing. They were playing a Pendulum deck and I basically just Zeus them, but that was using a Zodiac on a different account, which I'm not really gonna show because it's on my Switch, so I'm sorry for the people who want to see that, but I made another account Switch that like is kind of gonna be like my own personal, where I don't really record an account. To help you understand. Anyway, I'll just not activate anything. I'll go into Totally Awesome, and then if I need to, I can make his defense 4,000. So it definitely can't get over it. Oh man. Okay, so what is he doing? You can special summon one shiranui monster from your hand or graveyard. I think I'm gonna negate that. So I'll go ahead and banish a dupe. And yeah, don't mind if I do set it to my field. Oh, what? Oh, what, man? Seriously? Okay, fine. That sucks. He banished my Ronin. I guess I can do this, so he has to target my Toad. I think I'll do that. I guess it doesn't matter, I'll have him target my Toad. And his defense is already 0 anyway, so that doesn't matter. And then I think I'm gonna activate Dynamiscus. Banish his Spectral Sword since it doesn't really have an ability when it's banished. Oh, and then I can chain the Dynamiscus in my grave. All of those Paleozoics that were milled off of Grass Looks Greener, so nice. So I'll go ahead and special summon it there. And then I'll go ahead and discard the Ashloss. I probably won't be needing it. Okay. Ooh, I got Torrential. That's nice. Oh yeah, of course I'm gonna activate Totally Awesome again. And then I'll go ahead and special summon probably Swap Fog this time, yeah. And then I'll go ahead and activate Swap Fog to send Dew Fog to the grave. 1500. And then I might as well just go into battle phase. I won. And that's game. Killing him with his own monster. Okay. Nice. And these other two battles are gonna give me nice rewards. This wasn't like such great reward, just a few cards, but that's okay because I want to get through these anyway. But these others, I don't think I even need it. What does it even do? Yeah, so that it allows you to normal summon a set 1 monster. So it gives you basically an additional normal summon set. That's not, I'm not going to be playing that. Okay, so this one is actually good because it gives me those legacy pack tickets. I don't exactly need them, but it's nice to have extras for like pack openings. Since I feel like that's a really good thing to do at the end for those who are fascinated with that, even if they're not the main packs, which I'm probably not going to be opening any more of anytime soon since I pretty much got my 2 decks I wanted complete. Okay. Which is Eldlich and Frog Paleozoics. I probably won't be showing off my new Eldlich deck though. I'm gonna be saving that for like whenever I need to do those ranked missions on my own time. I just want to get done with the solo mode for like on camera. Okay, so Vendread Knights, I don't want him to add a Vendread card, so I'm gonna go ahead and negate that. Oh, great. It's not Synchro summoning? What? Why didn't he Synchro summon? That's weird. Unfortunately, I didn't get the grass looks greener this time. Dang. Oh well, I'll just activate swap. Send Ronin. Put swap in my hand again. No summon swap. Activate. Send swap. Special summons Ronin. Banish swap. Go into Morensa's colon enemy. Activate colon enemy. Special summon the swap. Activate swap. Send dupe. Activate Ronin. Banish or dupe. Special summon. I'll go into mist up. Actually, no, I'll go into totally. Okay. Okay, so I'll go into battle. Destroys 2 monsters. And that's what you get for not Synchro summoning. I don't know why you didn't Synchro summon AI. Anyway, I guess I'll just end. Yeah. Of course. I'll detach the Ronin to special summon dupe. Special summon dupe. Raigeki. I'm gonna have to negate that. Don't really have a choice. At least I get the Raigeki now. Thanks for the Raigeki. Of course. Dang. Okay, well I can't really negate it since it has to be special summon. Okay, I'll probably go with an Ole to destroy his Vendra Knights. Just so I can get Ole in the grave. Guess I'll go with Trap Trick. Special summon the Ole. Okay. I guess I could go with another. No, I'll go with a Canadia. Yeah, I'm gonna activate Canadia. Switch him to face down defense. Of course, I'll activate totally. Special summon swap. Effective swap. I'm probably just sent. Yeah, I have to do the wrong pretty much. So now I can special summon. I'll special summon Duke. Okay, what can I go into? Mistar. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Anamama Cause. Go ahead and destroy the detach the dupe, target the face down, and then this is game. Yeah, no reason holding it off. Awesome. Okay, and then one more battle. I'm glad I was able to show you the grass looks greener, and then I'm kind of glad I was able to show you like how it does with without me drawing grass right away. It still does okay. Of course, I would prefer getting grass, but yeah, it can still do okay if you don't. Which is like mostly like how like grass looks greener would be like. I guess a few decks rely on grass looks greener more than others, so. And this is one where I don't even get to start with any frogs really. I mean, unless I get a. Okay, so that one lets. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna allow that. I don't want him special summoning out a zombie from his deck. Oh. Wow. Now we can go and wait, what? Why aren't you synchro summoning? Man. Yeah, see, okay, now you're gonna see what it's like when I don't draw in the fog. So this is kind of cool. You get to see 3 different routes the deck takes. That's cool. I don't know why it's not Synchro Summoning. I mean, I think if it was me, I would have like Synchro Summon. I think I'll go for I'm gonna go for the Torrential Tribute. What? Oh man. Oh boy. So guess I can just I could probably special summon out the I think I'm gonna use the Ice Dragon's Prison. So now he can't target his Spirit Master. I guess I could just activate the Canadia since it's gonna be destroyed anyway. I'll put the Spectral Sword in defense. No. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have. I wasn't thinking. Man, okay, well, I got Dew Fog. Yeah, see, I can tell I make a few mistakes in, like, my duels, which is kind of one of the reasons I don't particularly like the ranked duels all that much. I mean, they're okay, but, like, it would definitely go better if I weren't making as many mistakes. That's why I kind of like solo mode, because you can make a few mistakes and it still goes alright. And then you're not really penalized for losing, other than like you have to try the duel over again. And that's also why I like kind of like solo mode solo mode more often than not in other games, because like for that kind of like same reason. I mean, you're penalized, you may be penalized sometimes, but like small penalizations I'm okay with. Kind of like, for example, if like I was to lose some of my currency for losing, but then I could get like right back by like kind of like where like RPGs, in some RPGs you might lose currency, there might be a way to get back, there might be a way not to. I think I'd be okay with that, something like that, because that's not really a big penalization, and you can you can get it back through like grinding a bit. I mean, sure, technically in this game, if you like lose, you like go back a step, and then like now instead of like having to win 1 duel to rank up, you have to win 2. I mean, I guess some people could consider that not really a major penalization, but I mean, like, it's more just about like the fact that I have to like duel real people than anything. Okay, good. Hoppy's Feather Duster. Yeah. Unknown summon, swap. Activate swap. Send Ronin to the grave. And then I can activate Ronin. Banish dupe. Special summon. And then I'll go into cool an enemy. And then I'll activate cool an enemy. Special summon swap. Special summon Ronin, and then I'll go into totally actually yeah, totally awesome. I like. Okay. So now I can go into battle, attack the Mizuki. And then attack the Synchro. Okay, damage step, yes, I'll activate it now. Okay. And now end. Oh, I probably shouldn't have summoned the Totally Awesome there. I wasn't thinking. I'll activate Totally. See, that's another mistake that I made. And I know some of you might say like, hey, you should just like learn the deck a bit more and stop like making mistakes. And sure, yeah, that's true. I could learn the deck a bit more, work on not making as many mistakes. But I'm thinking like, why do that like when I have so many other games that I also want to play? Like that just takes a lot of time, and I want to like get to other games, and so I don't really have like all the time to be like doing stuff like that and trying to get up to like the maximum rank in a PvP, which isn't like, I mean, platinum is still pretty good, but yeah, what I'm saying, maximum being like plat 1, basically a platinum 1. Yeah, but like I'm one of those people like who like I don't really want to spend time on that when I'd rather just play a bunch of other games, like go a little bit on a bunch of games rather than spending a lot of time mastering a single game. Okay, so I might as well I can show you Digesto Phoenix since that's kind of a new card that I added. So Digesto Phoenix is pretty cool. His effect lets me basically detach one to target a win, including himself, which is basically I think what I target, because I don't believe I have any other wins. Oh yeah, I also put access code in here too, but I'm not really summoning out access code a lot. He's just there as like a last like boss monster, I guess. So yeah, now I get to attack twice with Digesto Phoenix. Yeah, he's the only target I have. But like still, like attacking twice for basically 3,000 damage is pretty good. Or attacking twice with him anyway. Kind of makes him into like a 3,000 attack rank 2 monster, which is pretty good stats. Okay. There we go, and there's the last one. So now, so I'll open packs, since I think that's what a lot of the rest of you came for, if not everyone. And then, for those who still want to hear about my deck, my frog deck afterwards, I'll go into more detail after the pack opening. And for those of you who just wanted to stay for the duels, that's completely okay. I'll go ahead and say the outro now. So, bye everyone who wants, who may be leaving. Please like, share, and subscribe, and consider ringing that notification bell for regular content. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. This has been Joshua Wenninger. Okay, now I can do the pack opening for those who wanted to stay for that. Okay, but first I'll go to the missions. So yeah, these ranked duel missions I'll just do on my own time. Okay, so now I can go and do that pack opening. Okay. Come on, Teddy. Okay. We can go through these slowly. Wow, I have a lot now. It's because I haven't really been needing to open packs. Okay. So 2 new ones. So as always, you can feel free to pause if you want to look at these. Two more new ones. That's cool. Skull Lair and Divine Dragon Ragnarok. Oh, speaking of Divine Dragon Ragnarok, a few more Metaphys cards has been added to Duel Links, but they still don't have the Metaphys Ragnarok, I believe, in that game. I feel like they should add that one. I mean, is it really that strong? Spell Canceller is a pretty nice side card, but it's not really that great for the main deck. Oh, here I'll try to remember to. I can go through them all one last time. Once I open all the packs too. For those I may have accidentally skipped over, which I think it's just those two. Okay, Zombie Tiger and Hannibal Necromancer. And then the last pack. Okay. Pyramid Energy and Light Force Sword. Okay, now I'll go through them all one last time. And then I can talk about the decks, the Paleozoic Frog deck for those who want to save for that. And I'll also go over my Eldlich deck, too, for those who want to save for that. But first I'll do my Paleozoic Frogs. Try not to spend too much time going over it. Okay. And these creations are not mine. I borrowed it off of a website called Duel, Master Duel meta, something like that. So they're not my creations. I forget who made them though. Okay, anyway, so of course, this is pretty much a standard frog engine, so I kind of already went over that the first time I showed off the very first creation of it, so I don't really need to go through these. And then Maxi and Ash Blossom aren't really new either. But yeah, Snow is a new one. Snow works really well with Grass Looks Greener, which I'll go over later. But yeah, she lets you, when she's in the hand or, in the graveyard, you get to banish 7 other cards from your hand, field, and or graveyard, special summon it. Most of the time it will be from your graveyard, from all the cards you've milled with Grass Looks Greener. And yeah, and you can do that as many times as you want too, so yeah, what you can do is you can banish 7 cards, special summon her, and you get to change something to face down defense position. Of course not a Link, but like you can do one of their starter plays. And then even if they destroy it, that's actually pretty good, because then you can just special, as long as she ends up in the grave again, you can special summon her again and do it again. So yeah, it's pretty great as long as you have 7 cards to banish. And like a lot of your cards are kind of like fodder for her to be able to banish. Like Ash Blossom, you don't really need to keep in your grave. Hoppy's Feather Duster, a lot. Basically, any of the spells or traps that end up in your graveyard besides the Paleozoics, and a few of these that have graveyard effects, the Lost Wind and the Rise to Full Height. But other than that, it's pretty much free game, and then the monsters that are basically just your hand traps are free game as well. And they can end up in the graveyard easily enough anyway from their effects. Okay, and then also Hoppy's Feather Dust is kind of new. This is good for like the other control decks to get rid of their back row. And then Reasoning is pretty nice. Even though, I mean, I have a lot of level 2s and like level 4s, level 3s. So like, if they know I'm playing frogs, they can probably call level 2 and like I wouldn't be able to special summon. But like, even if I'm not able to special summon, this helps fill up my graveyard with like the Paleozoic traps, since they can't be special summoned off of Reasoning. So yeah. So it's just really good for the mill, but if I get this special summon, that's a nice bonus. Okay. And then Carved Demise is nice draw. You draw up until you have 3, and then you have to discard your hand at the end of the turn. But if you would plan to like, but since you have like so many like traps and back row, you can just like set them all and like not get a discard. And even if you do discard, maybe like discarding like Ash Blossom Maxi, which like it's kind of sucks a little bit, but the draw definitely makes up for it. And if you like have to discard a few of your excess frogs, that's good anyway, because that's fodder for Ronin. So yeah, and then Pav's Eyes isn't new. And then Grass Looks Greener is really good. This is why I play the 6 card variant, as I said. I explained that in the first duel. But yeah, this is really good. It gets you fodder for Snow. It also, you're probably going to be milling off a few of your Paleozoics to be able to special summon them out later when a trap card is activated, as long as it's not a counter trap. And then it also can mill your Rise to Full Height and Lost Wind, which have the pretty nice graveyard effects. Okay, and then Lightning Storm is kind of like a Hoppy's Feather Duster, but it also allows you to destroy attack position monsters on your opponent's side of the field when needed. you have to control no face-up cards, but like, so that's why I'm only really running one, because like, it's sometimes can be kind of hard to activate if you already have like a board set up. But like, sometimes you are able to, even if you're going like first, and then like if you didn't really like bring out anything on the field, you can maybe still activate. But this is more of a probably like of a going second style card, more or less. Torrential Tribute. I'm not really doing the Fury plus Torrential anymore, but even without Fury, it's still a pretty good card. Because it can be searched via Trap Trick, and it's really good for getting rid of your opponent's board. It's kind of like another Lightning Storm, but like for every opponent's monster. Kind of like a Dark Hole, but in trap form. It has a little bit of a hard activation condition, but it's usually pretty easy to activate it. And then Compulsory is good to get to like disrupt their plays. That's not completely new, so I don't think I really have to explain that very much. Eldonia allows me to boost up one of my monsters by 500 attack defense. I can use that to I can use this during the damage step, so since I don't think I would be able to special summon one of my Paleozoic if I use it during the damage step, but I could do it to like have them destroy their own monster when they're attacking into one of my like my monsters that are like lower attack by just a little bit, or I can use it to close out games by attacking with when I need an extra 500 attack, or like when I have a Paleozoic in the grave and like that extra 500 attack plus a 1200 attack Paleozoic will be able to end it. So it's good for those moments. Well, I kind of was already using before like a while ago, so this just allows me to put one of my traps into my grave. So it doesn't have to be a Paleozoic. I can also put like Rise to Full Height or Lost Wind for the graveyard effects. So it's not bad. And then Rise to Full Height, I kind of already explained it in that Duel. Lost Wind, I was already playing that. Oh, I'm also not playing Infinite Impermanence anymore, but I think Lost Wind is actually a little bit better because of its graveyard effect. Yeah. So yeah, technically I'm not running as many hand traps, but I think I should still be fine. And then Trap Trick allows me to search out one of my other normal traps, which all of my traps are normal traps, so I can... So the only one I can't really search out is the Eldonia, since I only have one of them, but I'm not really caring to search out that anyway. And the Ice Dragon's Prison is pretty nice because it's basically a monster reborn for your opponent's graveyard. It negates the effect, but you can then banish a monster type that is shared on your opponent's side of the board with that monster. So like if you special summon a zombie from the grave and there's a zombie on your opponent's side of the field also, you can banish both of those. Or you can just keep the monster if you want. So it's pretty versatile that way. Okay, and then the X deck, Dagoso Phoenix, you kind of already saw. I kind of explained that one. Sky Cavalry. A lot of this I think is pretty much the same. Down a Magician is pretty good. You can use one of your... I can use one of my rank 2 monsters for this Exceed Summon, and it gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. It transfers all the materials too. Yeah. So like, even like what I can do, like I probably won't be doing this, but like I could technically like pack this Onamala up with exceed materials, maybe like 4 or 5, and then like and then it gets all transferred to this. But I'm probably not gonna be doing this. Mostly I'll probably have like maybe like 2 materials, 2 or 3, or even just 1. But it's basically just there to be able to have a way of being able to do piercing, which can come in handy. And then Zeus is pretty good. He lets me get rid of the opponent's field. I kind of already, I think, went over that one. I'm probably mostly only going to be able to use his ability once in this deck. But like even just using it once is pretty good since it's a quick effect. Just wipes the whole entire field of both fields. So it's pretty risky, but it can come in handy. Mr. Boy, I already went over that pretty much. These. And then Access Code is the last one. Really, I'm only going to be able to have like up to 4. Maybe like even just like 1, being able to like only have 1 target. Maybe like be able to activate it 3 times. And I'm probably not going to go into him a lot, but he's pretty good when I can, because I get to banish one of my link monsters from my field or graveyard to destroy a card my opponent controls, and they can't respond to that effect, so that's pretty good. And then also when it's link summoned, I can target a link monster that was using material. So like if I use for example call an enemy, it gains 2,000 attack, so it becomes a 4,300 attack monster now too. So that's pretty good. I'm probably not going to be going into it a lot though, but it's but the fact that they can't react to like the destruction ability is pretty good. Okay, so now I'll go through my Eldlich deck. So yeah, I made a few changes here. Here's the new one. So yeah, this is pretty much the same right here. A lot of this is probably the same with a few differences. I'm running 1 extravagance and 2 prosperities because prosperity is pretty good to get me to my one of traps like Vanity's Emptiness or Imperial Order, which can help. Imperial Order helps keep spell cards at bay. They can't really be activated whenever it's on the field, or like they're all negated. They can be activated, but they'll be negated. And that even goes for like continuous spells out or field spells that are already on the field too. So that's pretty good. And then Vanity's Emptiness means that neither player can spell summon, and it's pretty easy to get rid of. All I need to do is like send a card from my field to the graveyard, basically activate like one of my traps, as long as it's not a special summon trap, and it'll be destroyed. Like if I activate a Solemn Judgment afterwards, or like I could even like activate Eldlich's effect to like send him and 1 spell card from my hand to 1 spell or trap from my hand to the graveyard to send a card on the field, and then it would also get rid of, well no, that wouldn't get rid of Vanity's Emptiness. But still, I'm gonna be able to pretty easily, like, and even if, like, it deters me a bit, like, it's gonna deter my opponent even more. Yeah, Pod Prosperity basically allows me to banish up to 6. I'm gonna be mostly banishing 6. And then another cool thing is I get to choose which 6 I banish face down from my extra deck. So it's basically like a Power of Extravagance, but this time I get to choose, which is pretty nice, because I can go into my extra deck somewhat Yeah. And then I get to choose from like the top 6 I reveal and add to my hand. And then Eldlich of White Destiny, I think I showed that off. Eldlich of Black Awakening is basically like a Scarlet Sanguine, has like that Scarlet Sanguine effect, but except it's from the hand or deck, and it has to be in defense, but that's pretty much okay anyway. And then it also has that like Scarlet Sanguine like effect of like setting a golden land, and only one of the effects can be activated per turn. And it's a normal spell, so I can't activate during either player's turn, but like this is a nice like being able to like get it out turn 1, which can be kind of useful because I have these golden lands, golden land forever, which allows me to tribute off. It doesn't have to be Eldlich or Golden Lord, but it has to like a tribute a zombie while I control an Eldlich monster. And these, I believe, I don't think these count as Eldlich monsters, so it would have to be Eldlich or Golden Lord. And then I get, it basically acts as 2 more copies of kind of like Solemn Judgment with a little bit of Solemn Strike in it. Yeah, when a spell or trap card monster effect is activated, I attribute a zombie monster to negate the activation and destroy that card. And then kind of showed off those. Imperial Order, good for stopping spells again, as I said. Skill Drain, I cannot have those. And then my X deck is kind of new. Cancella Pleiades, I can make these with a Haquero and an Akiskas or 2 Haqueros or whatever. And it allows me to quick effect return a card on the field to hand. So that can be mine or my opponent's, but mostly it's going to be my opponent's. So that's pretty good, especially for a quick effect. And then Volcosaurus basically allows me to get rid of one of my opponent's monster and burn damage. That burn damage may be just enough to like kill them too, so it's pretty good. And like it can't attack, but if I can destroy something with a lot of attack, that probably doesn't really like matter that much anyway. I can like destroy the only monster and just finish him off, maybe, or it can just be used as like just control too. So it can be used offensively or defensively to finish him off, or just to get rid of one of the boss monsters that can actually be destroyed and targeted. And then there's also Super Dreadnought. This goes really nice with Lieb. I use my 2 Eldlich. A lot of these say that like I can't special summon a non-zombie or an Eldlich, or I can only special summon Eldlich a turn I activate it. But like on a turn that I'm not really like activating these, the Elixir, these don't really say that, I believe. So yeah, I can still, so as long as I'm not activating one of these cards, that one either, I can go into that, and like it's a pretty cool combo. So I go into the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, inflict 2000 burn damage, and I can go into Lieb, give it 6000 attack, and then if I'm able to attack directly, that's exactly 8000 points of damage. But even if I'm not, if they only have like, if they have like enough, if they have like 2 attack position monsters that like don't really have a ton of attack, I may still be able to go into game, because this allows me to, it's gonna have basically 2 materials, so it will be able to attack 2 times 2 monsters. So like I can still get game as long as it's then attack and the attack is low enough, or if they only control, yeah, no. And then Link Spider, I can use this can just be a way of getting them in the grave too. So I can like use their banish effect during the end phase, as long as I didn't special summon them the same turn. But then I can just do it the next turn. So it's a way of getting these guys off the field. And then Crystron, Halki, Fibrax. 2 monsters including a tuner. So I could use... Oh, so I guess I would need to use Ash Blossom. With that. But then it allows me to special summon another Ash Blossom from my deck. I'm probably not going to be going to a ton. I don't know, but I don't really need to make use of my X deck a lot, which is why I don't really care about like banishing the cards off of like Prosperity or Extravagance. But it's nice to be able. So yeah, mostly I'm probably banishing this with the Prosperity because I'm not really using him for much else. Nightmare Phoenix is a nice to get rid of back row. Vampire Sucker, it's pretty nice because like if I haven't like normal summon a monster, which I'm probably not really, and then I have a Eldlich in hand, and they have 1 monster on the field and a monster in grave, I could like go into this and then special summon the monster out of the grave and treat it as a zombie, and because a zombie monster was special summoned from their graveyard, I get to draw a card, and then I can like tribute both of their monsters because of its first effect. If you tribute a monster for a tribute summon, you can tribute zombie monsters your opponent controls even though you do not control them. So I can tribute both of so I can basically so it basically acts as kind of a kaiju or a lava golem, except I get the monster on my field, so it's kind of a little bit better than that. So yeah, and then this one is basically for matchups where like they're playing a bunch of lights and like I want to get one from the deck. I don't really have any good light targets for her for when she's destroyed by battle, destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in its own monster zone. But like still, it's good for a first ability for when I'm playing against a light-centric deck, and they have a really good light monster that I want to get out of their grave. I can just special summon it to my field. And then Nightmare Unicorn, good for spinning in card back into the deck, shuffling it back into the deck. Very nice. But also it's good for finishing up games basically. And then Access Code I already talked about for my frogs. Okay, so those are basically both of the decks. If you have any questions about these, you can feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to explain anything that I may have missed in this deck analysis, deck explaining. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Thank you all for who stayed this long. Bye everyone.